Okay, hello, welcome back. Last time we finished off the last couple of floors of the ice castle, floors 9 and 10, and, well, we didn't go everywhere, obviously, but we got to where we needed to be, and in between episodes, I went and did a whole bunch of leveling. To be totally honest, I had intended on only getting everyone to about, mid to high level 50s, and then Naria ended up at a higher level than everyone else, and then he hit level 62, so I decided I might as well. So at that point I decided I might as well just get Amon-Ra, and basically he gained another few levels while I was casting spells over and over again to get Hieroglyphane, and hopefully this means we can just comfortably get through this final boss fight. And I just want to do quick switches because I will want these as the leads. And hopefully audio settings will be fine because OBS decided to suddenly go, hey, you know those settings you used since episode 3 and they were fine? Nah, they just ain't working anymore. So I've had to switch some on. So basically I've had to swap some of the audio settings, but hopefully they won't be enough of a problem to be really noticeable. Oh, but if not, apologies. Anyway, just gonna do one final check. Okay, leading with Phalak, Hidehiko, Hermod, Nike, and Tia. Okay, and now it's time for the final boss fight. Okay, so I know this boss has a weird kind of gimmick to it. So it has 3 masks. One of them is weak to physical attacks, one is weak to magic, and one is weak to nothing. And it just takes neutral damage from everything. However, I think it's the yellow mask is weak to magic, the center one is neutral, and the green mask is weak to physical attacks. However, it doesn't always seem too clear on when and each one is out, so this could either be very easy or an absolute pain that could take forever. And also, it loves casting Mabufu Dine. But hopefully we can get through this without too many issues. And also, obviously, I just want to get debuffs and I want to get my team's buffs and the debuffs out as fast as possible early game. And oh yeah, I guess one of them is weak to everything, I suppose. Either way, Hidehiko took a whole lot of damage there, so I'm going to have actually, what's Yukino's power at? Hidehiko has 157. Okay, I'll have her heal Hidehiko. Then I'll have Ayase. I'll have Ayase attack with Miragion. Eriko casts that again, and Hidehiko will cast Zandine. And I can just have it, skip the animations now, because, well, it had the first one. To be totally honest, I think I could probably win this boss fight with just Naria and Eriko. However, at the same I think I could win it with just them, but at the same time it would just pretty much be a war of attrition that could go on for probably half an hour, 40 minutes. And I don't really want to have to play it like that, because obviously that wouldn't exactly be fun either to watch or to play. Now, I also don't know what causes I don't know what causes it to swap masks, or or any of how that works. I'm sure there's probably it changes depending on what move it's using or what you've just used, but I genuinely have no idea how it really works. So, hopefully this goes well. And I don't know what Desanga does, but hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so I think this is the one that's just neutral to everything. However, Hieroglyphane does not care. because as it is a move, it's a move that pretty much just ignores all, it pretty much just ignores everything and just does a massive amount of damage to bosses in general, as we'll see in just a second. And I'm just going to put the animations back on because I swapped to a couple of new ones. So yeah, Hieroglyphian, obviously, as you can see, does way more damage than everything else that I have. Like, if it hits, it will always do massive damage, basically. So pretty much, we're just going to spam that, and that's going to be Naria's entire game plan for the rest of this boss fight. And yeah, that's basically all I really have for it. And I'll see if expel damage actually does anything. Right. Okay. Another reason why I feel confident in how I could win is, if this did just become a battle of attrition, is, again, I have 99 bombs of life, so I pretty much can just revive people forever. And also, just getting decent damage out. As ISA hits for nice and powerful 48 damage against the final boss. And I'll just use her turn to revive Hidehiko this time. And I will have Eriko shoot at the boss, I think. And okay, we got okay damage, but again, Hieroglyphian just gonna do a ton. Like, Hieroglyphian was an ability that was so broken, I don't think it ever came back. And if it did, it must have been, like, heavily nerfed. Because I don't think it made it into 3, 4, or 5. And I don't remember seeing it when I played 2. So, honestly, it might have actually just been removed. But that's something I would need to double check, so don't take my word for it on that. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very powerful move that's doing a lot of work. Okay, and that was a good amount of damage. I'm just going to do one turn of weapon attacks, and that was bad. That was very bad, in fact. No, that's absolutely not what I want to do, but I can just Bomb of Life to bring Naria back, and have everyone attack again, I think. But I think we're going to swap, so I'll have a couple of people use magic. Like, I'm sure that, like, if you know how this boss, like, I'm sure there's probably a system for how this boss works, like, where you can probably just figure out when it's gonna swap to each mask, and just figure out what to do from there. Unfortunately, I do not know that, so I'm just approaching it with the strategy of, what if I just hit it until it falls down? And honestly, since I gave Naria and Eriko both Judgment Personas, I honestly think if I just had them, I could actually probably just win a fight of attrition with this thing. Like, it can heal itself, and also just blocked that, but also it's just going to take a massive amount of damage now. That was actually less than I had previously, but it definitely took a net loss of health that turn. And I'll just cast, I'll have Yukino just throw an item at it. I'll plenty of Bufu stones, and so just throw, and I'll have Eriko cast Magiara Hand and heal, and Hidehiko can just shoot again. And of course we missed, because why wouldn't we? But, okay, we're just going to go quickly back to full health, and I'm going to do one turn of weapon attacks, and hopefully we won't get destroyed again this turn. And ISA missed. But yeah. So yeah, we're just going to go back to Old Rival, cast Hieroglyphian, throw it on item, pick up Hidehiko using a Bomb of Life, and have Eriko cast Mediarahan to just heal the party back to full health. And hopefully this fight won't... Actually, no, I was gonna just hit replay, but that would probably be a bad idea. Yeah, because I'd be getting a cast of Mediarahan for... I'd be using a cast of Mediarahan for no real reason, and this is pretty much the one time where I'm actually genuinely concerned that I could run out of SP. And I'm not going to cast Banal Strike because I don't even know what I just got hit with. But Garula does no damage. So yeah, like, if I stuck with the Judgment Personas, I could probably just handle this entire fight with just Naoya and Eriko. However, you know, it's always nice to get everyone in, especially for the final boss. But, like, if this, like, the Judgment Arcana in this game is absolutely broken, basically, because, like, through all of this, Eriko hasn't really taken damage yet, at all. Also, yeah, she's in no real sense of danger. Like, this boss does have one move that could cause petrification, but the chances of it actually doing anything are so low. Like, I've very rarely, tried to cast it. And also just, Eriko just seems to repel basically everything else it can do. So I'm just gonna... Oh no. Oh, that's absolutely not what I wanted to do. Okay, so there's a mechanic in this game where your persona can revive you. However, it resets its level all the way back to 1. So effectively, we don't have Hieroglyphin anymore, so Naria is no longer good in this fight. However, if I can keep him alive for like 1 turn, I can get him back onto Judgment Arcana, so he'll be useful again in that regard. But it's definitely not really how I wanted this final fight for him to go, because now he's back to just having Agilao. So I'm just gonna swap back to Phaleg to give him some degree of safety, and I'll just cast Infinite Spiral and shoot and regular attack. And I don't actually know how much health... I don't know how far through this fight we actually are. I feel like it's probably on about half health. Maybe a little lower. But, to be totally honest, I genuinely have no idea. And this is after I did a whole bunch of grinding. I don't think I'm, like... Again, I think I could have won before, but, like... This is going badly enough as it is with everything. Like, if I hadn't, this would probably take about an hour, or probably a lot faster if I chose to use speed up. But obviously, I'm not using speed up unless it was for grinding. Then I just abused speed up. But yeah, I'll just have Naoya revive Hidehiko again, who is absolutely just getting destroyed here because the boss loves to use Mabufu Dying, and Hidehiko's personas, like, his base Arcana is Justice, and in this game it is weak to Ice, so he pretty much just gets absolutely destroyed by them, which is, not really what you want here. So I'll just have Eriko shoot, and I'll have Hidehiko try to guard. And also, like, that was a blocked shot, and it's still... Like, he blocked that one and still took about 3/4 of his health bar in damage. So, it's really not what you want. However, again, Eriko just effectively isn't taking damage, so she will... Honestly, if it didn't have a move that could cause petrification, I would feel pretty confident in saying that she could solo this boss fight. And a crit. 10 out of 10. Love to get a crit. And I guess decover means he can't heal himself either. Which, you know, definitely isn't ideal, but we'll make do. And this is... Okay. As evidenced by the sudden massive spike in difficulty, as evidenced by the fact that I'm suddenly struggling a fair bit with this, is when I've pretty much just breezed almost the entire rest of the game. This is definitely the final boss of this side of the game. And hopefully we're getting close to finishing it. Like, I know that obviously... No, I did not want to do that. I accidentally clicked run. I know you can't run away from it, but I effectively just gave it a free turn, so it'll probably just kill ISA. Okay, just didn't do anything. So, we can call that a stroke of good luck for a moment. And Eriko can cast Hidehiko and probably get decent damage out. You know, as I say that, directly as it starts swapping back. So we'll just do regular attacks and hopefully. So yeah, obviously, just Eriko is too good at in this game. I mean, okay, I think that might be the first damage she's taken. And Naria really did just hit for 6 damage. Like, I get that I pretty much just swapped him back to a early game persona in the middle of the final boss fight because he got just absolutely destroyed. Right? But he doesn't actually do any damage now, by the looks of things. Which is weird, actually, no, because, never mind, I just looked, and the gap from 16 to 93 is actually a lot more significant than I had originally thought it would be. Well, not that I had originally thought it would be, I just thought Phaleg wasn't quite as hilariously weak. So I'm just gonna swap back, even though we don't have any of the actually good moves anymore. But just so we can actually get some damage out of him, because otherwise, yes, he will be able to do damage, because otherwise he'll be able to take hits forever, but also just won't do anything. And also just a decent okay, that was a good turn. We got good damage out there. So let's do it again, I guess. Although, I'll have ISA use whip damage, just to be sure, and Hidehiko and more rounds of shooting. Oh no. Okay, went to a weak thing, but now we just heal Naria and do Infinite Spiral again. I'll have Eriko heal everyone, and I'll have Hidehiko do a regular attack. Okay, I guess we're not healing Naria this turn, because, well, Yukino was gonna, but she got destroyed in one move. And also, I feel like I probably should, like, I could definitely do with having better buffs, or just something of a high level that has access to them. Because, as it is, I'm not really doing anything with them as a result. Like, I have them, but they aren't doing a whole lot. And that was a lot of damage that turn. Like, I will call that a successful turn. And I'll just do another... I will just do another turn of basically just doing whatever. But I'm definitely confident that this thing is at least 3/4 dead now. I say without any knowledge of the numbers or how much health, like how much maximum health it has or anything. So I could so I am actually just making a complete guess. But hopefully we'll finish it off sooner rather than later. Actually, that went really well. I'm gonna do that again. I say as Hidehiko immediately gets brought down. But another solid turn for damage, and I'll have Naria just cast Aguileo. I'll have Yukino heal. Actually, no, I'll have Yukino attack, I'll have ISA revive Hidehiko, and I'll have Eriko cast Mediarahan.
Here go.
And since it casts All Guard, it doesn't matter because we won't do any damage anyway. Okay, but the red mask is the yellow mask with the red eyes is out again now, so it should be weak to all of the magic and everything. So in theory, we should be able to get a ton of damage out here. A 194, and immediately swap back and kill 2 people again. Great. I mean, like, we're definitely not... we won't lose, but at the same time, this definitely isn't exactly the way I'd hoped on winning. I was definitely hoping for a more convincing victory against this final boss. But I guess we take wins where we can. And although I would definitely have preferred this to go better than it has. And there we go, we win! And also, this statement that eternal night will fall again so long as people seek to turn hope into despair, that is pretty much a summary of what... Like, it's pretty much a summary as far as, like, the way I read it is, because the final boss in Persona 3 is the Nyx avatar, so I feel like that's probably about as close as you're gonna get to a link between 1 and 3. But now that we've won, and the Night Queen is defeated, St. Hermelin goes back to normal. Oh, the ice falls, and we can continue on with our day. So now, obviously, we still have a lot to do because Maki and Misao are still missing, and there's still more stuff to investigate. Although, at the same time, I would just like to note, Yukino does not appear in the Sebek route, as far as I'm aware, so this is actually the last time we're going to be seeing her, I think. Like, I don't think we see Yukino again. However, actually, we'll be seeing Eriko and Hidehiko again, but at the same time, I don't think I'm going... Actually, same for ISA. Like, we'll see all 3 of them again, but I don't think that I'm going to bring them into the Sebek route. I think I'm going to try to get Reiji as the final party member, because although he does have a bit of an annoying side quest to go get him to join the party, and we'd be without a party member, like, we would be limited to 4 party members for a significantly larger portion of the game. I didn't actually get to use him the last time I played through the game, and I would like to be able to say, hey, I've used all 9 party members in Persona 1. So, yeah. So pretty much everyone's just gonna go and try and do everything. And Yukino says she's going to become a teacher. I don't think she ever does, although she never gets mentioned again after Persona 2 as far as I'm aware. And, that's basically just, I accidentally skipped a line. It's basically Miss Eriko just going, great, you have an idea of what you want to do with your future. And, give it a second. Wait for it. There he is. There's Philemon, like, always just there to guide them. And, now, the castle of ice returned to its familiar of almost St. Hermelin High, thanks to the students' courage. With the mask's curse dispelled, one of the school's enigmas came to a close. But eternal night will fall again so long as people seek to turn hope to despair. Which doesn't actually get brought up in Persona 2, but Nyx does appear again in Persona 3. Having banished the darkness in their souls, the students take the Queen's words to heart as they start taking steps towards their futures. Which is important because we will actually see a few of them, because some of the members of the party in this game, actually most of them in fact, will come back in Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. Like, in P2 we'll see Eriko again, we'll see Maki again, who we haven't actually seen in this game yet, we'll see Nanjo again, we'll see Hidehiko again, and I think Reiji turns up, but in Persona 2, I don't think you see Ayase, you don't see Masao, you don't see Naoya, but Yukino plays a starring role for a large part of Innocent Sin, but after a certain point in the game, she actually does leave the party. However, she does get replaced with arguably the best character in that game, so I'm definitely not going to complain about it. And also, yeah, we've now finished the Snow Queen quest. We are officially halfway through this game. Well, I say halfway through the game. We've finished the Snow Queen quest. We still have the Sebek route, but we won't. But it's not like we're going into it on New Game Plus. Instead, it's more we're starting a new game and taking the other route through the game. But this is the last time we'll have our current party, because Yukino isn't in the Sebek route, and Ayase, Hidehiko, and Eriko are all optional party members. You don't need any of them, but in the Sebek route, you will have Nanjo, Masao, and Maki with you for the entire route, aside from one dungeon where I think there's one bit where you lose each of them. I might be wrong about that. Like, I think you lose Masao in, like, the first dungeon, and you lose Maki in one near the end. However, I might not, but I think I'm going to try to get Reiji as the 5th party member. Mostly just to have all of them done, as I already said. And also, because I've never used him in this game before. I think he's also he's Death Arcana as his base one, which I don't think we've ever had a party member whose base one is Death after this. Aside from... Actually, that might be wrong. Ikichi in Innocent Sin might be. I don't entirely remember. And the Persona 3 protagonist is technically part Death, but we'll get to the Persona 3 cast when we get to Persona 3. And that is probably going to be a very long time away. And by that, I mean, like, that game is... Like, I had enough difficulty narrating this, and Persona 3 is like 100 hours long. So yeah, that one would definitely not going to be a priority. But yeah, Snow Queen route complete, and the masks are just left on the desk. And just ending on a quote from Descartes? I don't know how to pronounce it. Apologies to France. I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't even know if he's French, but the name sounds French, so I'm attributing it to France. Apologies if he was, like, from Belgium or somewhere. So, yeah, that is the Snow Queen quest complete. Right after this fades away and we get a final bit of dialogue. Because here's Masao will be like, hey, everyone, I messed up. Because, like, basically, he implies that, hey, yeah, me and Maki went to handle a dungeon as 2 people rather than 5, and yeah, so that's where we go. Oh. And on we go towards the future, and by the future I mean the Sebek route. And the Summit of Devil's Peak is an optional dungeon, but I don't actually think there's a super secret boss there as far as I'm aware. So I won't actually be doing it. But yeah, that is the Snow Queen quest. That's complete. And now if we look in the movie section, because you get all the little cutscenes here, yeah, we have the first ones, all these are from Sebek route, and here's all the rest. There will be one, this one. I'm pretty sure this is for the bad ending, so we won't be seeing this one. But yeah, that's the Snow Queen quest complete. So I will see you all next time for when we start up the Sebek route. So, yeah, later.